Hello and welcome to this live hangout review of Big Sierra Nevada's 2021 Bigfoot Barley Wine Style Ale. It says 2021, but this was bottled. Now there's the prospector with his very uncooperative mule digging for something, and in the bushes in the look who's watching him in the forest, Bigfoot. It's a 2021 edition, but it was actually bottled on the 25th of November, 2020 at 7:56 a.m. 9.6% alcohol, 90 international bitterness units. This is brewed in America by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. It's a little dark, but I don't want to get it too bright. All right. Get those blinds opened a bit. All right, so this beer was introduced in 1983, back before craft beer was too popular or even known about. I mean, I guess it was known about, popular. You know, people were drinking just Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors Banquet, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Old Milwaukee, things like that. For exotic beers, they were drinking Guinness, Dos Equis, Ambar, the Especial, Lager Especial didn't come out till 83. Things like that. If they wanted to show off, they drink Michelob, or they would drink Lowenbrau or Lowenbrau Dark, or Michelob Special Dark, Heineken Dark, things like that. All right, and this hit the market, so people started getting interested in more exotic beers in Old English style barley wine, American barley wines, which was really started by this company. They're hoppier, I think, stronger, the West Coast style, California. All right. You're going to notice this copper. It's filtered, so it's clear. I don't know what they're doing over there. Having like some family get together. They drove in from another state. All right, so it's copper. Well, there's a lot of humidity, so it could be obscured, but it's mostly translucent instead of transparent, okay? The light does shine through it. I'll show you a screen share of the website. So there it is. They have a nice tulip glass, which I guess I could have used mine, but I'm using this chalice glass, like I call it a bulb glass. It's pretty. I got it for like 10 cents at a yard sale, true story. They said this is available in 12-ounce bottles. That's it. No draft, no cans. There is a locator tool that you could use. My friend David found it. He said, I'm going to buy a bunch and you could buy 4 of them from me. And I said, okay, because I said, yeah, by the time I get over there to that store, I'll probably be gone. I didn't get to go. I don't remember what store, maybe Total Wine and More or Bromart. Extreme in the 80s and a force of flavor today. And they're showing Bigfoot in the woods. They must have gone out into the woods to find Bigfoot to take a photo of him. I know that was difficult to track him down. Then there's the write-up there that I put on the notes below. The malts, 2-row pale, caramel and caramelized. The hops, Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook, sea hops as they call, and ale yeast. No corn, no rice, no sugars added or anything like that. So it does follow the German Reinheitsgebot, the German purity law. Cheers back to you. Beer for breakfast, facts for snacks, and he is checking in from Canada. Hoss 304 says cheers. Cheers back to you, Hoss. Let me look up this town where the people said they were living now. I just want to look this up for 2012 Atlas. Well, I have newer ones in the other room, but these highways in Texas haven't changed in recent years, so wouldn't matter. Let's see. Magnolia. They do keep adding. Oh yeah. I know exactly where that is. Pass through it, not stop there. So what is that? 20. Probably less than 25 miles from downtown Houston. Maybe it's 25. I don't think it's that far. Hey, stop it. I live 29 miles from the Superdome, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Exactly 29 miles. I have a few new beers that will be posted on the Facebook group this week. Oh, okay. I've already posted photos of this, so I won't do any more of that. But all right, so the aroma is rich, but not overly rich. It's sort of like just how do you describe it? Like a strong bread crust. I don't know how to describe beers too well. I mean, it's kind of like if you're not tasting it and smelling it, how do you? I mean, I'm doing my best to give an approximation. I mean, you may have trouble finding this one though. Like I said, kind of sharp. The hoppy is like fruity mixture. What kind of fruits? I don't know, apricots or something. Apricot jam and dark brown bread crust. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think that's correct. The taste. It's strongly bitter. Oh, man. It's just like, I need to stand up for a minute. Not because of the beer, I just got tired of sitting. There. Stand up. It's ooh. Heavy body, strongly, intensely bitter. I mean, my father was like, why would you want to drink anything bitter? So what's a flavor? I mean, some people like that. No, not him. It's weird because I tell you, something like grapefruit is so bitter and tart. You got to add sugar. I have to add sugar to eat grapefruit. I don't even like it. I don't like fruit, but it's like, oh, this one is not as bad as that. And I think maybe there's sweetness from the malts that's balancing the bitterness to make it drinkable. You don't have to add any flavor into it. Heavy body, a little oily mouthfeel, a little bit. I know this is not the highest definition camera, but I bought it about 10 years ago. As long as it's working, I'm going to keep using it. I've watched video playbacks. It's all right. It's not that important. It's not like we're doing nature videos or live time diving under the sea videos. Just a beer review. We don't need that. We don't need great production values, I don't think. Bitterness, like the sharp West Coast hop bitterness. How you describe that? Like people say like pine needles or something like that. Yeah, and not that I ever had pine needles to eat, but it's just very intensely sweet bread, like say brown bread crust, but like the super sweet brown bread. I'm trying to think of one brand. I can't really, because I don't eat too many exotic type of breads. I bought some at a local store here in Matherns, and it was this pull apart bread that I say this girl makes, but anybody less than 40, I always call them a girl. Like any woman less than 40, I don't know why I just say a girl, because to me they're girls. All right, but she covered it with cheese and jalapeno slices, and they bake it in the oven, and you pull it apart, and then when you reheat it, the cheese is really kind of tough. And then I have this white bread from Walmart, but I don't know a lot about bread types, so people get on carbonation. People get on the internet talking about all these exotic breads, and I'm at a loss. I know at Volksfest and Deutsches Haus also has Oktoberfest. They'll have black bread, Jewish bread, rye bread, German bread, but they are. I just eat them with butter. I don't know how to really describe it. They just taste like regular bread. They're very good. I'm sure it's just packaged bread. This is not a channel for that because I don't have the expertise. I'm not a food expert by any stretch of the imagination. I eat food because I get hungry. But to say any kind of gourmet, I don't think that is the case at all. I just eat the same kind of food all the time. I never get bored of it. And it's like beers. I never get bored of the same kind of lineup. Like Bigfoot. You might say, well, I'll move past that. That's when I first got into beer. Bigfoot was so great to me. Now I'm much more advanced than that. I don't even understand that concept, honestly, because I'm trying to figure out what you're advancing. You know, it's like you drink this. You like it or you don't, or it's too bitter or it's not bitter enough. It's perfect or it's imperfect. To me, it's pretty much perfect. This beer would get a 98 out of 100. 98 out of 100. Laissez les bon temps relate. Y'all go to Chico or Mills River, North Carolina, and take a tour of their brewery. But I don't understand that advancing part. It's like you just try different things and you talk about it. And so I always get a kick out of that when people will say that on their videos. I mean, yeah, sediment. I've advanced in the sense of not trying to preach to people about beer. Like the light beer drinkers, who is most everybody I know. Like the man next door, I need to talk to him. I don't want to bother him though. He said he's going to fix my fence. I got a post that's broken. But I asked him 2 weeks ago, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix it." He knows he could do it fast. Just replace the post. But if I wait too much longer, I'll call a fence company. He'll do it for cheaper. He'll do it better probably. But he drinks Miller Lite and Bud Light. You say, "Oh, he's cross-lining. He's drinking the rival companies." Yeah, but that's what they drink. Always pint cans too. They like the big cans. So they're just always drinking that, smoking whatever they smoke, Marlboro, that white pack with the gold trim thing. Sometimes, like this time of year, I have my windows open at night. I could smell it, the smoke. But got a nice lacing, nice head of foam. But they'll never try anything like different ever. They just won't. So I used to kind of badger people, like my aunt and uncles and my father, like, try this, try that. No. I remember one time my uncle said, I said, "What'd you think about that Miller High Life Light?" He only drinks Miller Lite. It was good, but it's too rich. I thought, oh, you think Miller High Life Light is too rich? So there's no hope, it's like you can't convince them. So that was the only thing I ever changed about, was just giving up on trying to get people to drink other beers. I'll mention it sometimes, but I just gave up being an apostle, like a kind of proselytizer. But as far as advancing, like, oh, now I've moved on to this, I've moved on to that. And those things that I used to brag about, I put them in the past. They're not that great to me now. I just don't understand that thinking, because I always just tried everything since February 1996. I didn't try Bigfoot because I didn't see it. All right. I tried other craft beers in 1996 that I happened to run across. Rick and Jack's Scotch Ale, Days Brewing in Louisiana, Acadiana Brewing, Dixie had some craft beers, Crimson Voodoo and Black and Voodoo. I drank Pig's Eye from Minnesota, St. Paul, and well, like I said, whatever I found. Al Matza, that imported lager from Lebanon, Beirut, Lebanon. Well, anyway, anything, micro, macro, middle crow, craft, mass produced. I just tried them all, so I didn't have to really advance. Light beer, yeah, every kind of light beer. That's when I was collecting. I got rid of all my light beer cans and bottles. I couldn't keep all that. But I tried all the light beers. I just, this rain. Glad I cut the grass. But I don't drink light beer. It's too bland for me. All right, let's look at these comments. But this is fantastic, really. I like the stronger beers. Always like the malt liquors. Like, well, back in 96, I'm thinking Schlitz malt liquor, St. Ides, which was 6% back then. I got a bottle right there. I can show you. I can prove it. Steel Reserve in 98, but that was 8.1, and now it's dropped to 6 for our area. And it was strong. But I liked it. I guess I did buy it. And the strong ales like this Bigfoot, but other companies made strong ales like this that I was able to get. So I always gravitated toward the stronger beers, not by some kind of desire for alcohol inducement. Like I have to have all this alcohol in my body. Well, no, I could have drunk hard liquor for that. I just wanted to taste them all. But the ones I tended to gravitate towards as far as enjoyment is the 8% and higher, let's say. 6% and higher, let's say 6%. Just because they just seem better. Look at this rain. Even the ones like the, well, you know, the Schlitz malt liquor, 8.5, the Gold Bull, and the Hurricane High Gravity. I just like those stronger ones. They just seem like they have more character. Oh, you found the Raging Eagle from Yuengling. Now that Molson Coors is in collaboration with Yuengling, you'll probably be able to get it pretty soon. All the Yuengling. They sold the Yuengling Lord Chesterfield ale down here in Louisiana, but it didn't make it. I bet you it didn't last. No way it lasted a year, maybe 4 months. Brian the beer snob. And now, ladies, how does she say that? Ladies and gentlemen, Brian the beer snob. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not that great to me, but I don't want to influence anybody. No, you got to call your own shots on the beer reviews. Oh, your Four Loko review. The strange thing about Four Loko is that it has alcohol legs. Yeah, like a brandy or something in it. It's like a liquor. I noticed that this doesn't. All right, so this has no alcohol legs. It's got lacing, but the legs are like little fence. Talking about my fence post, it's like little fence boards, like on a wooden fence, all little slats. And the Four Loko has that. It's pretty scary. I used to talk bad about Four Loko, and I mean, it kind of deserves it. You know what it is, but and there's societal things with it, no, but really it's not the fault of the company per se, because they're not. It's like you have free will. I mean, obviously at 18 years old, you're a freshman in college, you don't really have a well-developed conscience, you know, and your thinking is not that clear even then. So of course you think you know everything, but that age group is more prone to running into trouble with beer, you know, drugs, alcohol, and those kind of things. So Four Loko would be very amenable to bad decisions, let's call it. This whole society is like geared toward that, bad decisions, but still, with that being said, I would not necessarily blame Four Loko, meaning Fusion Projects, for the product. The product is a neutral product. All right. Yeah, I know it's a product made to taste like candy. Jolly Rancher and all that. They do taste remarkably like that, which I can't stand those kind of candies. I never eat them ever. But I say I'm going to review it. You know, I'll review the watermelon. I'll review the blue raz, the grape, the sour apple, etc. Do I like them in a personal sense? I don't like them, all right? Because I don't like that kind of flavor, candy, Jolly Rancher flavor. But I'm not like the kid in, what was his name? His sister played in Full House. He played on, remember the TV show? And Tracy Gold was his sister. He thought he was like the center of the world. Kirk Cameron, yeah, Kirk Cameron. He thought if he wasn't watching television that it wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? Like if he wasn't watching TV, he didn't think it was on. So I'm not like that, you know. So like if people want to drink beer that tastes like candy, well, that's fine. I mean, they do it to perfection. Really, it is a 95. Here's Blue Moon Mango Wheat. Something happened to my video, or I didn't make a video. I just did a canned and bottle review this morning, so I'll post those. I did a written review for this years ago, but I never posted a video for it. Something happened, or I think what happened was I thought I made the video and I drank it, and then I said, oh, I drank my only single, and then I didn't get back to it. I know that's what happened. And then I bought 2 6-packs last week, a 6-pack of cans and a 6-pack of bottles. I hadn't seen the cans before. Seen, you know, cans of Blue Moon, but not the mango wheat. So I said, oh, okay. So, all right. So you say, well, who the heck wants to drink a beer that tastes like mangoes? Exactly. That's my same thought. My thought, truthfully, but if you want a beer that tastes like a mango chutney type thing, it's perfect. Yeah. Or at least it's very good. Okay. Let's look at these comments. So yeah, the Four Loko has alcohol legs. It's a strange product. It's but now the newest one had natural flavoring. So you wonder if they're, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Four Loko. It was in my town, but not for very long. I have to go out of town to find it. It is an amazing beer category, travel and brews. Cheers, Jay. Just try the hazy little thing the other day. Pretty good. I liked it, but what I really love was the big little thing. The big little, what's the one they call it? The Big Hazy? It's by the same people. 9%. See, I already said that was what I like. It was good. Then I went on an afternoon walk, and then I cut the grass, which was a lot of walking. Wild Turkey 101. I'm enjoying some Shinerbach Canned and some Young Rascals albums now. Cheers, y'all. Oh, Darryl, you ought to join the Rock and Roll Club, my group on Facebook, Rock and Roll Club. Somebody was posting Young Rascal songs last week. It's an old Kansas City helmet. Latin America's like fruit flavors in beer. I ain't going to judge. I wouldn't judge because I wouldn't even care. I don't care if people if you like people like fruit flavor in beer. It doesn't make any difference to me. I'm not necessarily favorable towards it. Don't hate it. Don't look for it. This one has a fruit-like flavor in the sense that the hops give it that sort of citrus, some kind of pine thing. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But then the mango wheat is actual mango in it. Well, it's a fabulous product. It's super bitter. Now, with IPAs, the bitterness tends to just build, 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 and then it becomes so intense. Not to say too intense, but I noticed this one got very strong, and then as I drank it, then the bitterness wasn't as strong, and the maltiness started to come to the front. A lot of bread crust. So I agree with some of y'all that are traveling brews, that these barley wines are an amazing style, and I think more companies should make them. I don't know why they don't. I guess people don't like them. My favorite beer that Brooklyn ever made was Monster with the silver label. Remember Monster, M-O-N-S-T-E-R, Monster. What was it? 10% barley wine style ale. They stopped making it, what, in 2012? Great beer. Great beer. Now, what about their other beers? Well, they're pretty good. They're good. They're excellent even. But the Monster was really the king. They cut it. I had one I saved for years. Then I found one that was out of date. I said, I don't care if it's out of date. Who cares? Monster, it's 10% or whatever it was. Yeah, 10%. It isn't going to matter. I aged Bigfoots for 5 years, like 2 different variants for 5 years. What was it? 2013 to 2018, I think it was, and then 2014 to 19. They tasted old. Okay, I'll admit that. Beer is not really too good for aging of any style, but some do better. Some do better, like Dogfish Head or some Imperial Stouts. But still, you could take it too far and they'll start tasting old. And they start tasting like turned fruit, like it's a little rotted or something. It's got to be at least 9 to do it, I think. Below 9, it doesn't seem to work too well. And if it's below like 6, they'll be rancid. I mean, the beer would be rancid. It'd just be rotted. I drank one from Germany that was so old and spoiled. I was so sick. Oh, I was so sick. And I only drank like 4 ounces of it. Sick. I don't mess with out of date beer. I've had too many bad experiences, taste wise and like health wise. So Bigfoot, I mean, you could age it 5 years, it'd be fine. But to me, it's good, fresh. It's not hot. People say it's hot. It's hot. Well, some beers are what they call hot, like high alcohol flavor. But I mean, when you're doing whiskey taste challenges at dawn, the hot doesn't matter. But this thing is not that way. It's not boozy at all. It doesn't even taste. You don't taste any alcohol in it. You just taste rich, enjoyable beer. It's a 98. I'm telling you, I could not see going lower than a 98 out of 100. Now it's not even expensive. It's what, $3 a bottle, something like that. Maybe less. No, probably $3. But it's great. It's great. Havana's great. Buy it without any hesitation. Buy it. When you get finished, buy it. I wish I had more, but I mean, I'm not going to do more videos, obviously, for this beer. What beer from the United States of America would you recommend me try to find up here in Ontario? I mean, this one, of course. I don't know. It's hard for me to make recommendations like that because I always just try everything. You know what I'm saying? Like 4.5% Pilsner style beers to 10.5% in strong lagers. So if I was you and you were me, I mean, if I lived in Ontario, I'd be trying anything I could find that wasn't too expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff is so high, I say, I'm not trying. I don't care how good it is. I'll just imagine how good it is. Some of these beers I see around here, I'm like, I'm not paying $5 for a little 12-ounce bottle. Do I still work at Taco Bell? Oh, well, it is getting in the afternoon. A lot of the are getting home from stumbling around the park, I guess. All right, anyway, well, it's been a good 30-minute video. It's been an awesome beer. Like I say, buy it, try it. I don't see why you wouldn't love it. I really don't see why you would not love this beer. The Great Bigfoot Barley Wine Style Ale. It's been winning and winning and winning and winning for nearly 40 years.